All right, what's up guys? Welcome back. I got a lot of stuff done yesterday, so let me show you a little bit about it. Great day out today. Made a lot of progress. Unfortunately, last night it started raining on me a little bit too, so I didn't bother recording it. That, and I was climbing around under the Jeep to get the T case out. So let's check it out here. I'll show you what we got. Pulled this out last night. So obviously NP242, which means it's part-time and full-time four-wheel drive. Pretty easy to come out. I am going to clean this thing up here this morning, and like I showed you last time, we've got the gas tank out, the skid plate for it, that's going to get cut down a little bit. The axle, got most of it painted, but ran out of paint, so need to finish that up. But everything is coming together really well. Let's check it out under here. Part of the reason I didn't use the camera last night, there was just too much going on. There we go. So T-case is obviously out. A little bit of cleanup on the back side of the trans to do, but nothing crazy, and came out real well. The other thing is that the cross member has to come out anyways, so that we can put the new cross member in. This guy. That guy's going to go in place of it anyways. So cross member's out, that's great. I'm going to clear off this table a little bit. We're going to use this to get T-case in here, torn down, and then get this out of the way. We do have the full SYE kit right here. Time to get that thing in there. Did a little bit of looking last night. The Dana 60 front has a 1350 yoke on it. Both of the yokes for the T-case are 1310, and the 14 bolt has a 1410. So I'm going to do a little bit of looking this week. I'm going to see if I can get some other stuff. I'd rather get drive shafts that have the same on both ends. I'd kind of like to do 1410 all the way around. That's actually what's on the Durango, so I've got that stuff, but I'm going to do a little bit of looking, see what I can find. I know I don't have spare yokes for that, but what I'd like to find is maybe yokes that would swap out on the T-case. Either way, we're going to get it in place, we're going to get it lined up. Even if I don't do the yokes right away, depending on when they come in, the next big step for me is I need to get this all sitting underneath the Jeep so that I can get measurements on drive shafts. I think that's the other big thing right now. I think I mentioned this, but I'm trying to take this on the first camping trip we have. For 3 weeks, we're going to be on the road all the way to Missouri, back through Utah. So going to be on the road a while, and I want to make sure that it works well and it's towing all right. So it's a hustle to get this stuff done, but like I said, the drive shafts, probably the biggest thing in terms of need to get them ordered after measuring them and get them here. Other than that, I pretty much have everything else. So getting the brakes dialed in a little bit once this is all done. I was thinking about sway bars last night. We're going to think about that a little bit in terms of how it handles in the front. I'm not too concerned about it in the rear, but the front's kind of critical. If we can, I would like to have one there. But again, we just kind of got to figure it out as we go. So let's get cruising today. Let's get this T-case torn down and go from there. Appreciate you sticking with me. Hope you guys are having an awesome day, and let's do this. All right, so what I will say is I'm going to go to town on this and get it apart. This is a pain in the neck. If you have a late model 242, I've disassembled 241s, 231s, a different style of 242, 205s. This is a 242J out of an 03, so it's a little bit later model. You're not going to hurt this. Beat the crap out of it, get it out. Next, we're going to get this seal off. Hopefully that'll then open us up to snap rings, and we'll start disassembling the rest. Obviously, prying with screwdrivers is the correct technique.
Because this is round 3 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship. I'm Cherokee and Ryan Lontaine.
Okay. Took me a minute to get the tail housing off on this. I don't think this has ever been disassembled. Obviously, I mean, it's a 180,000 mile Jeep Grand Cherokee. and I've had it since 136 or so. So I put about 50,000 miles on it. I've never had it apart. It doesn't appear it's ever been apart, which I don't know. You know, we don't have rust around here really. We don't use salt on our roads or anything like that. So it's not terrible in terms of like bolts aren't rusted on it and stuff like that, but there's just some different things. All the transfer cases I've taken apart have had, you know, just regular hex nuts like these, or hex bolts I should say. These have a little bit different head on them up here. Nothing crazy, it's just they're kind of a pain to pry apart. Couldn't use the impact on those because I had to actually use I don't know, got a couple of different wrenches, but something a little bit more like that focuses. It's got more ribs on it, so it really helps get on those. And I just don't have sockets that are set up like that, so I couldn't use the impact. And it took a little bit of prying to get off there. So other than that, there was only one snap ring on there, but man, it's just, sometimes it's a nightmare to get these things off, but it is off. So we got the tail housing off. We're about to dig into this. We're going to get rid of this main shaft. Haven't even opened up the other shaft yet, but let's do that real quick and we can check it out. There's a little burlier. And set up for that yoke. So excited to get this on here. Again, it's just taking me a little while to do this today. It's already taken a couple of hours, and that's not what I was hoping for. I was hoping I'd kind of knock this out and get it done, but sometimes you just got to be patient. So anyways, I am going to get to work on this, and hopefully, fingers crossed, everything else goes smoothly. I already see a couple of things that may not, so we'll see.